Today I wanted to speak a bit about uh, the adoption aspect of the BPSAA and more specifically how Komodo ties into that and what we have plans for going on in the future. Komodo is one of the older projects of the BPSAA group. We've been around since 2016 officially, but work predates that by several years. And one of the formative I guess ideologies behind our project was came from a lesser known project called SuperNet. And SuperNet, just like the BPSAA, was a group of different projects who are working, who were working together on tech sharing, on getting cryptocurrency and blockchain technology out there to the masses. It just due to normal events, unfortunately, SuperNet didn't take off like how we expected. So when the BPSAA came around, we thought, oh, this is a great opportunity to revitalize that idea. So for Komodo's part, we like to provide educational materials and help other BPSAA members integrate our tech whenever we have the resources to do so. Mainstream adoption, I guess, in cryptocurrency has been kind of lucky that we've had some mainstream media coverage, like you see Bitcoin on CNBC all the time, like a price ticker. You see it being talked about all major news sources. However, they talk about it as kind of an investment, and even when you hear people who are in the space, they talk about their gains and such, and that's really in relation to dollars. It kind of misses the entire point of cryptocurrency as a technology to be able to, decouple from traditional finance systems or just traditional systems in general. While mainstream adoption has been, understanding of cryptocurrency hasn't. That's where the BPSAA really will come in and shine. Is that all of us are heavily involved in blockchain projects. We're not like influencers who hop on YouTube and show a project, try to get some gains. We really are very passionate about the technology. So we want people to understand how like UTXOs work on Bitcoin, how account-based systems work, how signing works. Why, if you mistype your seed, just by one character, it gives you a complete different address. These things that people, when they get introduced to cryptocurrency, is very kind of frightening for them. From personal experience, I've dealt with dozens, about hundreds of people over the years who freak out that they mistyped their seed and they think they lost all their funds or somebody robbed them or something. And when it was just a simple lack of knowledge or a simple misunderstanding that could have if they had that little tiny bit of knowledge, it would have saved them so much headache and frustration. So I think our purpose is really to educate the masses and get them to think about it more than just, oh, I hold on to some coin, it's going to make me rich one day. You think this is actually a tool that's going to fundamentally change how we do things in society.
Right on. Wow, this is true. And you make a really good point about the educational aspect of the BPSAA. Um, and now you're with this alliance. Komodo is working alongside with the other members of the BPSAA to bring this education. You were just talking a little bit about the Federal Reserve and kind of legacy systems. How much of educating the masses is involved not just with the crypto technologies themselves, but also with this type of information about what money is, where it comes from, and what has it been, and what could it be? Those types of things. Is that also part of the educational process that you're thinking of?
So like educating like companies and different groups of beyond just individuals is very important as well. We see some adoption out there, like just recently Tesla announced they started accepting Bitcoin, um, and we also hear of other companies starting to investigate these ledgers, but they're still they're only like one step removed from their current centralized systems. They still need to be educated on how to completely mold their current business solution to a new decentralized, globalized world. We have an event on April 16th at Texas A&M that anyone is welcome to come to. Us at Komodo and other BPSAA member Pirate will be there to discuss some of the aspects of our technology and some similar topics that we're discussing today, like adoption, privacy, security as well. And we also plan on having an event in the summer that we will be announcing later, another BPSAA event, also to be tied in with many other different crypto projects that are not just BPSAA related, but we hope to incorporate in our endeavors towards public education of blockchain technology.
No, that sounds good. That sounds real good. And good luck with that that event at Texas A&M. And so if anybody has any curiosity about that, you can always pop by the Komodo Discord and ask questions. But yeah, now we have this Q&A for Polycrypto. So maybe Jay Charming, you want to ask the first question?
What do you see as the next big use case that might lead to mainstream adoption? Like when it comes to adoption, because recently, there's been all this talk about NFTs and whatnot, and we're just getting organizations that are starting to add Bitcoin in as a hedge fund against like fiat currencies, and this USD coin, right? That's like out in the wild that has no white paper and no and no release schedule and all this stuff. So, what do you see as the next big thing for mainstream adoption?
Regarding mainstream adoption, I believe that people don't like them as much as stable coins. I think they will be taking a good forefront in terms of day-to-day usage of cryptocurrencies. One of the biggest problems with crypto in general is the inability to price goods, because every second a crypto like Bitcoin stuff changes its value. So unless you have something that's constantly tracking it, then it becomes hard. Also, the fact that certain coins you have to wait a period of time to actually have them sent over. Price can change during that, so that's a problem. That's why I think stable coins will definitely be taken forefront in the coming years. You mentioned NFTs. I believe NFTs will continue as well, gaining some steam, though I don't think the long-term trajectory for NFTs in their current state as like just digital representations of art are really like the future of them. Where I see NFTs really really shining is in one form would be like a receipt. So like for instance, if you were storing something in a warehouse, you could have an NFT that matches up to the lot in the warehouse, and then contain all the information where it's stored, what shelving or whatever. I think that would be a really good use for them. Though obviously not as like financially attractive, like how we've seen a $69 million NFT just get sold. But I think it's a good real world use case that will solve a lot of